Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I want to confess to everyone what happened to me. The spiritual world, it is very real. If you think that the spiritual world is not real, try to steal from someone who is a ritualist. Now I am very afraid of these Nigerian guys. I used to work for the Nigerians from the time when I entered into South Africa to the day that I left South Africa. I was just working for the Nigerians and no one else. So my boss, he started to get so sick. He was someone that used to drink a lot of different medication. So he wanted to make himself strong sometimes in bed, mixing different types of pills, different types of medication, as well as going to the gym. He was using what they call steroids, and he was using that to make himself look fit. So I used to tell him that some of this medication, they were quite dangerous for him, but he said no, he had been using the medication for a very long time. It then happened that I thought that it was an opportunity of a lifetime when my boss died right in front of me, and I stole his watch as well as some money. But after I had stolen the watch from my boss, I started running mad. This happened for nearly 9 years as I was running mad. You can call me Tawanda. I am 36 years old now, but if you meet me, you will think that I am way older than I look because of the way that I have been living my life. I can't even believe that I am still alive. If you ever see someone that will be running mad, you need to know that there are things that will be happening to them, things that they will be seeing, like you will be hallucinating, living in your own world. If you see them talking to themselves, know that they will be something or someone that they will be speaking to. That is exactly what was happening to me. People just saw me as a madman, but I knew what I was doing. I knew the mission that I had been given, the punishment that I had been given by the ghost of my Nigerian boss, simply because I had stolen money which was occultic money. This is my own confession. May God forgive me for what I did. It was in 2012. I was a hustler in Joburg. I was broke, like properly broke, and on top of that, I was just an illegal migrant living his life in South Africa, living hand to mouth, sleeping in a room in Rosettenville with other boys from my own country and another guy from Malawi who was working for this other man. What they used to do was to stock some newspapers, and then they would sell those old newspapers in bulk. That was what the men used to do. One day, after I had worked for my boss, he said that he wanted me to go with him to his place, like he wanted to see if he can trust me. I was working for this Nigerian. I used to call him Oga. He was a big man, a violent one. If some people will try to double cross him in business, always with gold chains, rings, and he had different sets of Rolex watches. When he brought me to his house, I knew that he wanted to test to see if I was a thief. So we went to his house. Then he told me that he was going to the mall to buy some food. He went and he bought some food, and I saw that there was a bundle of cash. I counted the money. For the money, it was 8K, and I said, I'm not going to steal this money. From that day, that was when I became his errand boy. I used to run small errands for him, buying food, buying airtime, keeping his girls entertained. He trusted me, paid me small, maybe 300, sometimes 500, enough to keep me around. One day, when I went to his other flat in Yeoville to drop KFC, I knocked, no one answered. I knocked harder, nothing. That was when I pushed the door. When I went in there, he looked at me and he pointed at this other small wallet. I went there and I saw that there was a pill that he wanted me to give it to him. As I was giving him the pill, that was when the man just fell to the ground, lying flat on his stomach, and there was foam that was pouring from his mouth. It was a heart attack. I froze. I did not even know what to do. I had once done first aid when we were still in high school, but now this was the real thing. I did not even know how to react. When I was still thinking about how to assist this man, that was when the devil whispered into my ear. The devil said, "Look at that beautiful Rolex. Do you know how much it is?" And on the table, there were 4 thick brown envelopes with cash, lots of it. Instead of helping the man, I counted the money, quickly counted it. At first, I thought that it was 100K because I was nervous and in a rush, but it was 70K. And then I did something that I never thought I would ever do, to steal from a man that was dying. I took the money into my jacket. I took the Rolex and then I ran away. Brother, I ran away as fast as my legs would carry me. I was on the first bus to leave Joburg, went to Musina, crossed back to Zimbabwe by nightfall. I thought that I was clever. I said this was the ancestors that had given me this great wealth. And when I arrived back home, I sat down with my parents and I told them that there was some money that I had made in South Africa. I had worked for this other white man for a very long time. He was a German farmer who had sold his farm. He wanted to migrate, going to America, and he had given me all of that money, even the Rolex watch, saying that I had worked for him for a very long time. That was when the madness started. At first, it was small things. I would hear my boss's voice when I was alone. Sometimes I would even see him standing just close to my bed. His eyes were so scary. Sometimes I would see his face right on the wall as he will be talking to himself. Then it got worse. One morning I woke up, I was outside. I heard a voice telling me to quickly go back indoors to wear my clothes. If I was not going to wear my clothes, then I was going to walk around naked. I knew at that time that I was losing my mind. I rushed indoors and then I took my other jean trousers, my sneakers, and a heavy jacket in Zim. We call them bomber jacket. It was one of those jackets that I took with a hood as well as a small blanket. I knew what was going to happen. I was running mad and it was time for me to leave my family. I started walking. It was raining a bit at that time. By the time that I left my village in Berengwa, that I was already covered in mud. I was mad, fully mad, but I knew what was happening. It is just that I was unable to communicate with other people that were trying to assist me. People saw that I was running mad. I walked barefoot for years, talking to myself, eating from dustbins, running from my boss's ghost, fighting with him, even though people would see me fighting with someone that was invisible. People would see me in Rishavane screaming at the sky. The next month I would be in Gweru running and being chased by dogs. Next thing, Mashingo Bait Bridge. At some point, they said I even crossed into Mozambique on foot. I was found in Mutare by this other relative. I went to Kenya. Can you imagine? I walked from my country on foot until I found myself in Nairobi. I was chasing this other man barefooted. Nobody could catch me. No one could even help me. From 2012 to 2021, I was running mad. 9 years that I lost of my life. No shoes, no memory as such of who I was. Sometimes I was surviving like a wild animal until one day, it was in November 2021, I collapsed. I saw that I was at a borehole in Bikita. Villagers who saw me thought I was dead. Then they called a local prophet. The prophet told me to pray with him, and then that was when he started to beat my body with an African swimming broom which was dipping in water. He said holy water. He spoke in tongues that I could not understand, but I did not have the energy to fight him. After 3 days, that was when I had a snap. Yes, when you are running mad, there is someone that would have tied you with a chain. I had that chain being broken, and then I woke up and I was taken back to my village. When I came back home, Brother Nashi, I found out that both of my parents, they had passed away. That money that I had given to my parents, no one even knew what exactly happened to that money. So right now, I am still trying to get my life back together. I am trying to live a clean life. I am so scared to return back to South Africa. As for now, I am focusing on gold mining here in Berengwa. I have been following your channels on this other WhatsApp group and I took your phone numbers. When you post, please tell me. I will follow in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother right there. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.